President Trump yesterday pulled America out of the Paris Climate Accord, a global agreement to reduce pollution and fight climate change, calling it unfair to America.
In order to fulfill my solemn duty to protect America and its citizens, the United States will withdraw from the Paris Climate Accord Thank you.
Trump said the 2015 agreement for nations to voluntarily cut carbon emissions puts the U.S. at a disadvantage, while other countries would reap the economic benefits. But he adds he is willing to begin talks to renegotiate the Paris Accord, which other world leaders say ain't going to happen.
We will start to negotiate, and we will see if we can make a deal that's fair. And if we can, that's great. And if we can't, that's fine.
A video posted on the White House website says the Paris Accord will cost the American industrial sector 6.5 million jobs. They also blast President Barack Obama for committing $3 billion to the Green Climate Fund connected with the agreement without the approval of Congress. Protesters gathered outside the White House and in New York, angry after Trump's campaign-style speech punctuated with many references to putting America first. He says getting out of the accord protects the U.S. from future intrusions on its sovereignty.
We don't want other leaders and other countries laughing at us anymore, and they won't be. They won't be. I was elected to represent the citizens of Pittsburgh, not Paris.
Oh, but the Pittsburgh mayor fired back with some shade. Bill Perotto said this here: the city will follow this Paris agreement. He also will sign an order. He is joined by numerous other governors and mayors who say they're going to go it alone. In fact, Governor Jerry Brown of California is leading that effort. Also, other world leaders weighed in. French President Emmanuel Macron called the move a mistake, urging anyone disappointed by Trump's decision to see France as a second homeland.
To all scientists, engineers, entrepreneurs, responsible citizens who were disappointed by the decision of the President of the United States, I want to say that they will find in France a second homeland. I call on them, come and work here with us. I reaffirm clearly that the Paris Agreement remains irreversible and will be implemented, not just by France, but by all the other nations. We will succeed because we are fully committed. Because wherever we live, whoever we are, we all share the same responsibility. Make our planet great again.
Oh, I love the shade. Make our planet great again. All right, President Barack Obama released a statement while Trump was speaking. He said it was American leadership on the world stage that made the accord possible, adding, even in the absence of American leadership, even as this administration joins a small handful of nations that reject the future, I'm confident that our states, cities, and businesses will step up and do even more to lead the way and help protect for future generations the one planet we've got. Folks, was also crazy about this here. Let me read a few statements. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo, the White House's reckless decision to withdraw from the Paris Accord has devastating repercussions not only for the United States but for our planet. This administration is abdicating its leadership and taking a back seat to other countries in the global fight against climate change. As I said earlier, Cuomo is joining with the governor of California, Jerry Brown, the governors of Washington State, and others in terms of striking their own deal. They're actually leading what they call their own U.S. accord, a combination of mayors and governors. Some 60 mayors, after Trump's announcement, released they're going to move forward and with the Paris Accord. Here's what Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said of Canada. We're deeply disappointed the United States federal government has decided to withdraw from the Paris Agreement. Also, Vicente Fox, of course, the former president of Mexico, the United States has stopped being the leader of the free world. Donald Trump single-handedly took care of that. Again, of course, now, A lot of conservatives are very excited, very happy with Trump's announcement. Many of them have been denying the reality of climate change. Joining us right now to talk about this via Skype from Athens, Georgia, Dr. J. Marshall Shepard, a professor at the University of Georgia, former president of the American Meteorological Society. Joining us on our panel, Sir Michael Singleton, political analyst, Republican political consultant at Singleton Strategies. Joe Jefferson Neary, CEO, founder of In the Public Eye Communications. Pastor Shannon Wright, third vice chair of the Maryland GOP. All right, Doc, I want to start with you. So when you listen to Trump, he says, oh, this is going to cost American jobs. And his whole idea of, you know, coal industry coming back, okay, which is the dumbest thing in the world to me, because there are only 70,000 coal jobs in America. They're decreasing every year, and there are more jobs in America in the solar industry than in the coal industry. What the hell is he talking about?
Yeah, this was one of the gigantic, biggest head in the sand moves I've ever seen, Roland. It's just ridiculous. And let me just say that to hear those people sitting there in the Rose Garden yelping and clapping, when we talk about the greatest threat to humanity, perhaps in human history, we have American lives, we have global lives on the line, and they're sitting there clapping and yelping. But to follow up on your question, what this just did is not make America great again. It just put us behind China. It just put us behind Europe in the development of new, innovative, clean, renewable jobs. So he talks about jobs and capacity for saving and protecting American jobs. We just threatened American jobs, the American economy, and put us behind, not to mention threaten lives because of the health implications, not just of the carbon dioxide aspects of the climate agreement, but the clean aspects of the climate agreement as well in terms of effects on public health.
So here's what's amazing. Okay, you have the president who keeps saying, "Oh, it's about jobs," yet the job creators in America say he's wrong. You have the CEO of General Electric, Jeff Immelt, who yesterday criticized this. You had the CEO of Exxon, Chevron, BP. I'm just saying they kind of love fossil fuels. They say we're wrong. Yesterday, the CEO, Lloyd Blankfield of Goldman Sachs, sent his first ever tweet criticizing this as well. The CEO of Disney, Bob Iger, pulled out of the president's CEO council. Elon Musk, of course, Tesla, pulled out as well. So here's what I don't understand. If the CEOs in America are saying, bad idea, Trump, who the heck is he listening to?
Yeah, you know, and Roland, I wrote about this in Forbes just yesterday. This argument about harm to the economy, we've seen it before with other international agreements that actually probably saved us from the ozone hole, for example. Not only are the top CEOs saying this is ridiculous to pull out, military leaders are saying it, leaders of faith-based communities are saying it. All world leaders are saying it. Look at the company that we now keep by pulling out. Only the U.S., Nicaragua, and Syria are the only ones not participating. And let me just say...
But here's the deal, though. Nicaragua, the reason they're not participating is they felt it didn't go far enough.
Exactly. I was about to say that. And so really, we're in the company of Syria now. So we have quickly fast-tracked to the bottom as leaders in the effort to not only protect our planet from climate change, but also leading in technology. And again, I know the viewership of your audience. I've written before, climate change particularly affects African-American and other vulnerable communities even more. Just like we saw, for example, with Hurricane Katrina, we see with environmental justice issues in cities around the nation.
All right. Doc, we appreciate it. Thank you so very much for joining us.
Thank you.
All right, let's go to our panel here. All right, Sir Michael, Shannon, both of y'all Republicans, can y'all defend Trump on this?
Well, no, I haven't defended him on this on other networks. I'm not going to defend him on this network. You know, for the past 70 years, from 1948 to 51 with the Marshall Plan, the United States has led the world, particularly in Europe, when we invested $13 billion to restart their economy. American ingenuity has led the world for 70 years. And though the Paris Agreement, the Paris Accord was not enforced, well, there are indeed flaws. It was a step in the right direction. It was the world recognizing that there is a global problem that we as a collective need to address, and the United States must be at the forefront and continue to be the leader. If not, you create a vacuum, and someone's going to fill that vacuum, whether it's Russia or China, and it is not in our interest or the world's interest to have one of those superpowers leading.
Shannon, 194 countries signed this agreement.
You know,
Who the hell does Trump think he is that, oh, I'm going to make the other 193 countries come to the table because we're going to renegotiate?
I think just the fact that so many people in his own administration were at odds about whether to stay in or not, clearly.
Secretary of State Rex Tillerson, former CEO of Exxon, said we should stay.
I hear you.
Rick Perry, the governor of Texas, not the sharpest knife in the drawer.
Secretary of Energy.
Secretary of Energy said we should stay. Nah, I'm good.
I hear you. You know, 2 years ago, we had Christmas in shorts and T-shirts. That hasn't happened before. And so whether you want to agree with climate change, whether you want to agree with, call it global warming, whatever it is, there is something going on, even if that's all you see, even if you don't follow the deeper issues. It seems to me that you might want to consider it staying in and perhaps tweaking it a little bit if you're unhappy with the way it goes. And with so much dissension in his own administration about whether to stay in or not, I think that was a poor choice.
Joy, he makes this comment that, well, these other countries, they're going to be allowed to be using coal. We can't. We are #1 in the world when it comes to carbon emissions. Right. The United States. Right. China is second. China is now criticizing us after yesterday. How do we look so stupid with China saying, what the hell is wrong with y'all?
Well, you know, the United States, with this president, has head in the sand, was the very best line I heard about him. I think that what's encouraging is that, as you listed, America's CEOs, America's governors, America's mayors are saying, hell to the no. We're not going to follow this. We know what will build our jobs and save the environment. This is an economic decision and a life decision that our leadership, the people who create the jobs, as you said, have said, we're going to ignore you.
Sure, Michael, we are literally seeing in Antarctica right now, ice shelves melting at an unbelievable rate.
Right.
To see that, to Shannon's point, to see in on the eastern part of the United States, where normally you're dealing with cold weather and snow, you're wearing shorts on Christmas, conservatives literally, Republicans are literally acting as if, oh, no, that's irrelevant, that's going to hurt a job. And I keep telling people that the job line is sort of kryptonite to any change. Any change, oh, no, it's going to lose jobs. People go, oh, no, we can't do that. How about losing life?
Well, I mean, you know, CEOs of several major corporations, as you stated earlier, have stated this is not the right decision. I think you cannot deny the science. And I actually read the Paris Agreement last night. It's 16 pages. And in the first page, there's a list of several things, the reasons why all the countries agree to do it. And I think maybe the 6th or 7th one essentially states all of the evidence points to the fact that we as human beings are contributing to global warming. All of the current evidence that we know based upon the science that currently exists. You cannot deny those facts.
Except for the one study he quoted from.
Correct. You cannot deny those facts.
And even the folks at MIT said he misrepresented our study.
And again, the political implications for this, and I think remove the science, whether you're for it or against it, the political implications for this are extremely grave. And my concern is that if you study geopolitics, if you study international relations and affairs, this is another step in a direction that allows another country to supersede the U.S. as a world leader.
A peaceful protest turned deadly. 37-year-old black man was shot and killed by Baton Rouge police. His hands are in the air, and you still get shot by the cops.
Oh my God, please don't tell me he's dead.
We're not gonna let hate define us.
Race is a big part of this.
If truly all lives matter, then all lives need to matter equally.
What we require is action. What we require is accountability. We understand that black lives do matter, and we will keep focused on this issue.
NewsOne Now, every weekday morning at 7 on TV1.